Okay, this is a motorcycle story. This is from my friend Patty up in Pennsylvania. You know who you are. Anyway, you wanted a story. Here's a story. I had this old Harley lowrider, 79 lowrider, and it was one of the very first 80 inchers to come out. They came out in like mid 79 with the 80 inch Harley. They had been 74s, and they come out with this 80 inch Harley and in the lowrider, and I had one, and it was sweet. I liked that motorcycle. We were friends. We had a good time. I sold that bike in I think it was 1991, and we was bumping up on some financial issues, and the motorcycle had to go. It was very painful, but it always is. Anyway, we were out one. I guess it was in the daytime. It was kind of like getting on towards evening, and we've been down doing happy hour here and happy hour there, and just generally, doing what you do on a Harley. The difference between a Harley rider and, say, for example, the Goldwing Club or something. The Goldwing Club, they'll meet you at the IHOP or Denny's or something in the morning, and they'll sit around, drink coffee, and have a little breakfast, and then they'll ride off 100 miles, and then they'll stop and they'll drink more coffee and have something else to eat, and then they go ride another 100 miles, and that's kind of like what they do. When you're on a Harley, you try not to get more than just a few miles between the bars where you stop at, and you just kind of ride around and drink, and get stupid. That the brain goes a little numb, and of course that's when you do your best riding, and that's the state that I was in on the particular day of which I currently speak. And we had this bar we stopped at called the Dewdrop Inn down on US 1 between Vero Beach and Fort Pierce. And whenever we was out on a ride someplace, we would stop at the Dewdrop. And old Phil owned the place. He was pretty cool with us. He liked us, and I would on occasion take my motorcycle into the bar. And this particular, it was in the evening, and there was this girl there attending the bar. She was she was okay. She never did like me anyway. But I took my bike in the bar, and this girl had a bird, like a cockatoo or some kind of a bird. And so I took my bike in the bar, and I was just perfecting really what I like to call the slow burn. And what slow burn is, that's where you lock your front wheel up, and you load it up and come off the clutch in first gear, and you start spinning your wheel. You're just sitting still, but your back wheel spins, and on the wood floor in there, it was beautiful when you do it. There's flames coming out of the straight pipes, and the back tire looked like it was on fire, just from the sparks off the floor, just riding. It was an amazing thing. I loved doing it. So anyway, I did it, and like there was all these old guys sitting around the bar. They all went running outside, just filled the bar with smoke. I mean, we completely filled the bar with smoke, and everybody run for their lives and stuff. It was beautiful. And so then I rolled on outside and parked my bike, and everybody kind of stood around out there and drank a beer and waited for the smoke to clear out, and said go back in. Well, the bird died. This like they did in the coal mines. They would take the bird down the mine because they're the first ones to die when you run out of oxygen. Well, this girl's bird died. Man, oh man, was she pissed. She didn't get over it for years. And she was a bartender around town. Every time I'd go in a bar where she was standing by, oh yeah, you killed my bird. I said, well, hey, you shouldn't have took him out to the bar. What's the matter with you? Anyway, that's the night I killed the bird. And It was an adventure, and I'm sorry, all you bird lovers out there. I want you to know I'm sorry I killed the bird. You know, he'd still be alive, that bird. Those birds live to be like 100 years old. He'd still be alive if I hadn't killed him. But yeah, I don't feel a whole lot worse about that bird than I do about that poor chicken I ate up at the Colonel's this afternoon. Yeah, I mean, it's a bird, for heaven's sake. Get over it.